My name is Lucy. I'm a Blue Coat at Science North, and welcome to Science at Home. Here in this video, we're going to learn about the daily and annual cycle of the Earth. In other words, we're going to learn how the Earth moves throughout the day and throughout the year. Now, all the light and heat comes from the sun. During a nice sunny day, it is nice and warm. And well, in 24 hours, the Earth, lovely Earth, rotates on its axis. In other words, it spins around. The side that's facing towards the sun, so half of the Earth faces towards the sun, that side is nice and bright. It is daytime. While on the other side of the sun, the side that's facing away from the sun where it's nice and dark, it is nighttime. It takes one full day to rotate on itself once. So for the Earth to rotate on its axis. The Earth also moves around the sun. It revolves around the sun. So in other words, it moves around the sun in a circular path. It takes about 365 days to go around the sun once. So to be more accurate, it takes 365.25 days or 365 and a quarter days. That is one revolution, which is in other words, 1 year. So for this activity, we're only going to need a few things. We will need a lamp. It works best if it's a lamp without a shade or a camping lantern. We'll also need a nice dark room. This is the room I have chosen. It can get nice and dark. We also want to make sure that there's enough room to walk around our lamp. This is the lamp I have chosen. And, well, this is going to represent the sun. So let's turn on the sun. Then we'll turn off the light to the room. When we're facing towards the sun, it is daytime. We are representing a planet, the Earth. So facing towards the sun, it is nice and bright. We have our daytime. Let's move like a planet. We'll move like the Earth. We'll rotate around our axis. In other words, spin on the spot. When we're facing towards the sun, daytime. But when we are facing away from the sun, we're no longer facing the sun. We don't get to see the sun. So it is darker on this side. It is nighttime. The Earth can also revolve around the sun. So let's walk around the sun. To go around the sun once takes 1 year. Now, how old are you? I would like you to walk around the sun that many times. Because, well, your age, how old you are, is how many times the Earth have gone around the sun. Now, let's make it a bit more challenging. We're going to revolve while rotating, while spinning. It takes a while for the Earth to go around the sun, and it takes a lot of days. If we remember, it takes 365 and a quarter days to go around the sun once. So, can you spin on yourself 365 times, well, in a quarter, while going around the sun once? That is a lot. I would get really dizzy. Good thing that planets can't get dizzy. Let's do a demonstration to show how seasons work. To help us do this, I'm going to be using our globe. As we saw, the Earth revolves around the sun and moves around the sun in a circular path. What really affects the seasons is the Earth's tilt. If you look very carefully, the Earth is actually tilted. The North Pole's right here and the South Pole's right down here. It isn't straight up and down. It's actually tilted. So unlike what we did when we were spinning pretty much straight up, but the Earth spins while being tilted on its side. When the Earth is on one side of the sun, we can see that the North Pole is facing more towards the sun, and the South Pole is facing away. I live in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, which is in the Northern Hemisphere. So the Northern Hemisphere, on this side of the sun, is facing towards the sun. We get more light, more heat. So it is summertime. Now, let's have the Earth go around the sun. When the Earth goes to be the opposite side, on the other side of the sun, the North Pole is now facing away, while the South Pole is facing towards the sun. Because us up here in the north, the Northern Hemisphere, it is darker. There's less sunlight, less heat. So it is now winter time. And then we'll go back around to the other side and we're back to being in the summer. But I missed 2 seasons. So let's go through this again. When the Earth is on one side with the North Pole facing towards the sun, as you can see, the North is always facing the same direction. In fact, the North Pole is pointed towards a star. That's what we call the North Star. So when the North Pole faces more towards the sun, it is the summertime in the Northern Hemisphere. After summer, we have fall. At this point, the North Pole is not facing more towards the sun or away from the sun. It's pretty much in between. So we have our fall season. After fall, the North Pole, so the Northern Hemisphere is facing away from the sun. It is colder. It is back to winter time. And then after winter, well, the North Pole is no longer facing towards the sun or away from the sun anymore. Can't be fall again, can it? After winter, we have spring. And then after spring, we're going back towards summer. To go around the sun once, so you remember, it's 1 year, which means in 1 year, we get to go through 4 seasons. So remember, like the activity we just did with the lamp and we were spinning, the sun doesn't just turn off. The sun is always there. When it's nighttime, we're just facing away from the sun, while the sun is still lighting up the other side of the earth. And every year, we go around the sun once. So thank you for joining me today for Science at Home.